Hey, mixtape. Hey, everyone. We'll get started in a bit. Hey, mixtape. Oops. Yeah, we'll get started soon, guys. In a bit. We're just waiting a little bit, and I'm just playing around with a couple things here. Um, I'm just waiting for a couple more people. If you're joining, send a message in the chat. We can start talking if you have any questions. Alright, we'll get started. I don't see any of the usual viewers though. No one is here. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait, see if anyone shows up. Yesterday I didn't give the impression I was gonna be on today, so it's probably my fault. Oh, there we go, Little Smith. Hey, it's good to see you. It's been kind of dead for the last 20 minutes. I don't think anyone's here. It's just you and me. That's good. I mean, if we have just 3-5 people, we might be able to work and help each other out a lot better. And the stream doesn't have to be that um, I say professional. So right now, Little Smith, I'm just playing with the CSS, giving this a better feel. Oh, that's fine. It's still good to have you on here, man. What's H and G? I feel like I should know this. Heroes and generals. And so yeah, it looks like it's just you and me for now, which is great. I'm just gonna work on CSS, and that way I don't feel too much pressure to get this done quicker. Because like I say, CSS, once you start, it's like you're never happy, at least with me. And I'll be honest, he says CSS is not my strongest suit, my strongest category of skill. But I can get by, you know, which is fine. Alright, so what I'll do next. So are you teamed up with somebody for the API challenge? I thought what's his name is gonna work with you. Guys, if you're joining right now, we're kind of just hanging out, Little Smith and I. I was hoping a couple more people would show up, but yesterday when I streamed, I gave the impression I wasn't gonna stream tonight, so I don't think that many people assume that I'd be on tonight. Which is cool. Right now I'm just working on CSS. Making our thing look a little more consistent or fluid. Yeah, but man, it's a lot quieter than usual. I feel like I'm getting a couple of new viewers. I haven't seen a couple names on here before. If this is your first time joining, don't be shy. Let me know it's your first time, and I don't mind going back to through the basics. If you don't know how to start, if you feel like you joined us too late, please let me know. I'm all about helping out with the basics, really. That's a pretty slimmed down way to view this. I mean, I guess that's fine. I think the next thing I need here is just my KDA math formula. So let's do that. And then I'm gonna remove this. Alright. This could be center. Yeah. Might be a quiet stream today, that's fine with me. I don't know if this get center if I use tech center. There's something I want to change with this label. I don't think there's a need to show classic here. And I think our champion icon can be a little bigger. So let's see, champion, let's make it 50. Let's see how that looks. That's better. I think my summoner icon can be bigger as well. My profile icon. Alright, that's looking better. Now, if I wanted to stack this vertical, hey Tony Double, it's good to see you. It's been quiet so far, man. I think yesterday I made it seem like I wasn't going to stream tonight. And yeah, it's been really quiet. Just Little Smith here and myself. It's good to see you though. How you doing? Let me know if you have any questions. It's great that we don't have that many people. We can talk more and help each other out. I can spend a lot more time if you're struggling with something. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue to play with CSS here, which I hate doing this on stream because sometimes it might take me forever just to get something the way I want it. I was telling Little Smith I'm not the best at CSS. I know the basics and it's enough to get by, but I'm more of a functional person. Alright, so let's see. Myself, I haven't run into any problems yet. I'm just playing with the CSS here for the summoner profile. And let me see what you mean, Little Smith. Let me check out that website. I'm not too sure if I know how they make it look. Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks nice. Oh, I see what they're doing. Alright, watch. I think I can get something like that. But first, let me keep going here. Okay. Doesn't make sense. Did I give up on HTML5? HTML5 mode? No. There's a setting I have to configure when I'm doing it on the local server, where if I was to link this URL without the hashtag, it breaks for some reason. I can try to figure that out tonight. I do think it's better without this hashtag. So I'll get to that. Why not? I'll add that to my list. Were you the one who brought that up initially? Yeah. But were you the guy that was also talking about Angular? So I remember someone was saying a couple things about Angular, technical questions. If it's you, then you should know the setting for Apache for me to make it work on. Yeah, then it was someone else. But yeah, I'll get to configuring that HTML5 true mode. I'll do that next as soon as I get this image looking better. Or my spells at least. Oh, awesome. I haven't used Express.js. Can you tell me more about that? How does that work? I know about Node. What happened here? Oh, I know what's going on. Could be this. Alright. Alright, so Express.js is a web framework that you can use like Apache or NG. Thanks. Huh. So Express.js is like how Apache is with PHP, only Express.js uses Node for the server JavaScript code. That sounds interesting. I want to use something else for my next project, so. Yeah, I'll check this out for sure. Are you still in school, Tony, or where do you work? What do you do? Awesome. Sounds like you're learning a lot already. I can't say there was that a lot of engineers at my school in the CIS department that already had gotten their hands dirty with Node and other web technologies. It sounds like this program is more specific to, as you said, application developer. That's cool. Alright, so this is gonna break if you try to view this on mobile. If someone's joining the stream right now, it's been really quiet today. Not that many people, or not the usual people are here. Just a couple of us, Tony and Little Smith. If you're new, the first time checking this out, let me know in the chat. I keep posting on the developer forum for Riot Games the link to the videos and the Twitch channel. So I don't know if someone is learning about this for the first time. If so, type in the chat. Don't be shy. I'm all for helping you get started. Right now I'm just doing CSS on the page, so that's why it's kind of quiet. I do get pretty detailed when I start explaining how the backend and the Angular functions are working. And we've done a lot of that already, so today I'm just putting some touches on the CSS. So right now I see 6 people and only Little Smith and Tony are talking. Jeremiah, Sal, I think you should put everything you make on your portfolio, like things you make for games. No, I think this will look great on portfolio. And honestly, a lot of development companies ask for your GitHub repository. So right now, this repository is part of my portfolio. The only thing that I've done that's kind of been picking up some attention is this project. Right now I got a couple forks, 3, a couple people watching. So this right here, you will link this to a company and they would check this out And what you can do yourself, you should, if you don't have a GitHub account, do it, get one right now. And what happens when you fork this repository is that you eventually make your own copy on your own profile. And even just having that there, just showing that, hey, I forked this project and I was involved in the process and I kind of added my own spin to it. Even that would look good on a resume. So yeah, the other thing I made that's on here, I made this thing, which is just a backbone for PHP for a web app. I borrowed some of the PHP code in here in Angular. I used it to start this Angular League of Legends application. Other than that, I'm pretty sure I have another. This simple image processor. This was for a class in college, and I kind of just put it on my GitHub. But again, the answer is that yeah, it doesn't matter what you're building, whether it's for a game or not, it's gonna look good. Gotcha. If you're still in college, man, if you have a project you're building, just start on your GitHub, and it's gonna look good when you graduate. But yeah, good question there, Jeremiah. And it's good to see you. I do remember you from other streams. Alright, so let's look at this. So for this is specifically for HTML5 true mode. It's no problem, Jeremiah. I lurk a lot. I lurk on Reddit. I lurk on Twitter. But there's no need to never at least say hi, you know. If you need help, I'm willing to help, dude. If you need me to go back to step 1 or anything after step 1, today is kind of like a chill stream. So if I take this, and now most people do with Stack Overflow, kind of just copy paste and place this on a htaccess file. No one says anything about a true mode here though. A little tricky. Can give it a try though. Let me make sure there's not an htaccess file already on here. I know sometimes that file is hidden. So alright, so it's not on here. So let me go get him ahead and make it. Okay, so I go now and enable HTML true mode, HTML5 mode. Alright, so that worked right off the bat. This is good. And it works, right? As long as I stay in the site, it works. But where we found out it broke last time we tried this is if I were to copy and paste this in a new window. It didn't like it. And then the other guy mentioned there's an Apache setting for that. See, we get this, so and he said that as if this was in productions, like on an actual site, this issue wouldn't happen. So it's only in our local server here that where it breaks. And this might help out. How to configure your server to work with HTML5 mode, Apache rewrite. Alright, so where do I put this though? Gotcha. So right now I'm looking at this. Where do I put this setting? Is it just in my Apache in the general config file? HTTPD? I guess I could try this file. This is usually where all the settings are at. I mean, this article here looks pretty helpful, but this Apache rewrite, directory rewrite. This seems similar to what I have in my HD access file we made. Here's a rewrite engine. I think I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it there. So I just put this block of code on the... I put this block of code in the HT access, and it seemed to work. So that's good. I guess that was all. Alright, so now we can just leave HTML5 mode on. Very good. Guys, if you're just joining, we're just hanging out today. I'm doing some CSS, interacting with the chat a lot more. Mostly because there's not a lot of people here. I see right now I have 7, and so far it's just Tony talking, which is great. I want to see more people talk. If you have questions, if it's your first time joining the stream and you don't know where to start, I can go through the initial steps quickly. I just want to answer some questions today, guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep playing around with CSS and talking to Tony. Yeah, just go on the repository. I think there's a link to it in the channel in the bio, GitHub repository, and it's pretty up to date. I mean, today I kind of just changed some CSS. I can commit this if you want. Other than the CSS and some HTML, everything else should be identical. Just a minute, guys. Be right back. I guess I'm back. All right, so let's keep going here. We just fixed HTML5, true mode. I think it makes sense to edit the README file on the GitHub repository, because someone might load this. Hey, Forza asks, what's the best way of getting a replay from Riot? Unfortunately, I do not know that yet. I haven't done the research. I wish I had an answer for you, really, because something like that is very, very powerful. So far, we've kind of been doing basics. I think that's a little more advanced. I'd hate not to have an answer for you, Forza. I admit I'm not the ultimate guru. I'm just pretty good with setting up the basics. And I'm sure I can figure it out. I need to spend some time researching that. So yeah, sorry there, Forza. There might be a post on the developer.riotgames about it though, that I haven't found. Or I haven't seen. Alright, so let me update my GitHub. It has to be an API call. I wonder if it's there's an API call where you specify the time frame. I'd have to look at it again. Little Smith, if you can find the API call and link it, we can talk about it more. if it's just a simple an API, I can try to read through the documentation right quick. You know what? Why am I saying that? This htaccess file should be committed next time I do a push. So never mind. For some reason I thought, let me check here. I thought I was ignoring these type of files by default. Nope, it's in there. Never mind. I was a little worried that this setting was gonna break things for other people. Let me look at the documentation there, Forza. Yeah, like you're linking me the code, but it's important to read through the documentation. If there was a reference to that, could it be under another link here? Spectating games, could this be it? So this is what you linked. Gotcha. Okay. This is what I'm gonna pretend I know here, and I kind of have an idea of what's going on. When you connect to this endpoint here of a game that's happening, you're gonna receive some sort of data stream back. And as long as we capture that data stream and store it in a file, it should be, and name it to the right file type for your client to load the file and spectate, it should work. But I'd have to set this up and try it out on my own first, because it'd be my first time trying to do this, and I might run into a lot of issues. But that's good that there's a clear reference here I can use as a guide. Tell you what, Forza, I'll get back to this soon. Follow me on Twitter, and I should post an update when we are gonna do this. It's gonna be more tricky though, I'll tell you that right now. Hey Deadbeat, we are making a web application using the Riot Games API. Riot Games API Just gets you data from the game League of Legends, a mobile game. The Twitter is at sal_d1. I believe there's a the handle is down below in the channel bio. Yeah. So it's kind of an educational purpose. I went over setting up a local server using SAMP, and how to build your skeleton of the site as far as your model and whatnot, using Angular, which Angular is my strong suit. I'm okay with PHP, and I'm using Bootstrap to keep things simple. Laravel, I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, Little Smithy, I know what you're saying for the icons. We'll get that done. Make it look in 2 rows instead of 1. Gotcha. So yes, MVC Angular follows that that style, the MVC style, and I've kind of set up my PHP code to also resemble model view controller layout. So if you see here, I have a folder for each model. So far we only got 2 main models. When you load up the website, you get to the home model. This is where you just search for the player. So this module has his own Angular module as well as his own PHP class. And then yeah, so far we just have 2 modules. We have the home, and once you actually look up somebody, you get to the summoner module. It just loads up all the stats for that person. Thanks. I mean, look through the GitHub repository code. If there's something you're good at and maybe you have some tips for doing something more in a more elegant way, I guess. Awesome. So yeah, tonight's stream, I'm kind of just relaxing, doing some CSS, talking in the chat, interacting with the chat rather, and trying a couple things out. We made a lot of progress. This is our what, seventh stream. The first couple streams were a lot more educational. I think a lot of people learned a lot. And we're kind of slowing down now because I've basically shown how to do things that most people want to do but don't know, I guess, if that's a way to put it. Tony Double. Alright, so let's keep going here, guys. I'm just gonna make these items 2 rows instead of just 1. Yeah, because I think the game's really popular. And there's a lot of people who play this game, and a lot of people who know about the API, but they don't have a clue on how to set something up. So the first couple videos I show how to do that, and how to use PHP to make API calls. And there's an API key that you need before making any calls, so with PHP people can keep that key hidden, I guess. So I'm sure that once people saw how I made like one API Ajax from Angular to PHP. I'm sure they could figure out the rest, and we're way past that now. So let's see here. Thank you, Debbie. I'm trying. I refactored the code already once over the weekend, and then I have to. I already know of another method I have to rearrange because right now it's not optimal. But yeah. Overall, the project so far is clean. So thank you. What do you do yourself there, Pete? What's your what are your skills? What do you like to program in? Let's see, personal favorite. It's working on desktop apps using C#. Security related things in C++ and Java. Hacking my way to cross-platform and whatnot. Working as a web dev at the moment, so nice to hang out in places like here, pick up some conventions. Awesome. If what you mean by hacking my way to cross-platforms, are we talking about hybrid apps here? Not even doing web development and assembly. Man, assembly, I remember that class in college. I graduated as a computer engineer, so technically a bit rare to see a computer engineer in web development, but it's just what came natural to me. I enjoy doing this a lot, way more than writing assembly code. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that's something I've yet to do, is building a desktop app. What well, actually, I take that back. In college, I did learn how to use Qt Creator, and I built a desktop application with a decent UI. I built a piano, if I remember. I actually made a piano and I had a bunch of buttons laid out in the same way a piano is, and I remember the app was so ghetto, but it got me a good score for that class. When I built that app, I still didn't know anything about threads. So what would happen is when you hit one button to play a note, as soon as you hit another button, it will cut off the sound file for the first button, because it was a single thread application. And I remember like a year later, I learned about threads in C and C++, and I'm like, man, if I knew this, I could have made my piano app so much more real. I haven't used Raptor now. Yeah. So yeah, Qt was cool. Yeah. That was one of the coolest projects I worked on. But last time I checked up on Qt Creator, I understand that the license is not free. It's free if you're a student or something. There was some weird licensing rules I was reading through that kind of didn't motivate me to going back and downloading it and playing around with some old code I wrote for school. I don't know, maybe you have more knowledge on that. And what's Raptor, by the way? Is that another framework? Open source equals free. Is it open source? Maybe I read the wrong information. There's the license. Gotcha, yeah, so that's what I understood. If you have something that's open source, then it's free. So Raptor is a flowchart based programming environment. So yeah, I like this site, TLDR Legal. I love this site whenever you need to look up summary for a license. So this is the license for Qt Creator. And you can use it commercially, you can modify it, distribute, but you must include original, you must state changes, disclose source. Oh, but it says here you only need to make your source available for 3 years. There's a workaround for eventually not showing the source code. Yeah, I'm just streaming the Monster Cat Twitch channel. I can put it up if you want. I should go back to coding. I do enjoy talking, guys. I'll keep reading the chat, don't worry. I'm just doing some CSS today. I'm just relaxing. So let's see here. Let me pop this out. I didn't know that. I just learned about Monster Cat 2 weeks ago when I started streaming this. Because I did a Twitch video and it got muted because I played a song that was licensed. And the video got muted, and then someone said, well, you should try out Monster Cat. And that's when I first learned about them. Yeah, maybe it was you who suggested it, Little Smith. Where are you located, Tony? Let's see, if it's 3 a.m. where you are at, you're probably somewhere in Europe, maybe England. Gotcha. Cool. So yeah, I think Little Smith's from Scotland. Then I know somebody from Greece, Spancia. You guys remember him? He was here yesterday. Oh, Forza. Yes, I'm from. It's good to see another fellow countryman. I was born in Santo Domingo, the capital, in a barrio, or like a little. Inside of Santo Domingo, there's a town called Los Alcarrizos. Have you heard of Los Alcarrizos? Has a pretty bad name right now. That place is awful when it comes to crime. But I remember when I lived there, it wasn't bad at all. I kind of just went down the poop as soon as we left. Where is Alto Rey? Is that also in the capital? Gotcha. It's probably not as bad as those Alcarrizos. No, I think I just checked my Twitter, and are you the last person who followed me, Forza? Because if you are who I think you are, I think I checked your Twitter profile and I saw that you have baseball is life. So and I saw your name and I got the impression you were Dominican. There you go. See, I already knew. I think I saw you're in Tampa, Florida. Little Smith, we're on our way here of showing the icons like you asked. I was just testing out the CSS first on the browser, so I'm gonna go ahead and implement it. It sucks because I won't be able to do my fancy ng repeat here for this item tag. I'm gonna have to copy and paste an image element for each item, but that's okay. For you, we do anything, my friend. Well, you know, I'm not saying if you're doing something more interesting, it's okay. You can still do that. I'll let you know when I'm done. If you'd rather just check in when it's ready. So yeah, cool. Forza. My sister lives in what is it? Sunrise, Florida. Sunrise is by Fort Lauderdale, so occasionally I go down there and visit. But yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm glad to see another countryman doing development, dude. You don't see that often. Usually, yeah, they pick other careers. So it's awesome. How'd you find out about the stream there, Forza? Was it on the developer Riot Games or some other site, YouTube? No way. Awesome. Well, the YouTube videos are getting more views every day, so it's always good to see. Tony, I don't know why I haven't made you a mod yet. Gotcha. So yeah, the videos on YouTube are just copies of the Twitch streams I've been doing. So they're pretty lengthy because throughout each video, either I get stuck on something or I spend a lot of time explaining PHP or Angular, and other times I just get distracted. Tony Double, always with the right icon. So yeah, they're a bit lengthy. I think eventually the goal will be to make a video where we just summarize all the other videos in like maybe 2 or 1 hour. That will be something I should do eventually. So, but yeah, if you're willing to sit through all that time and you enjoy it, then that's good for me. Or it feels good that people are actually sitting through those YouTube videos. So, not gonna lie, today I updated the tags on all the YouTube videos because I think for 2 weeks I had them without tags, so you wouldn't have found them if it wasn't for what I put in today. Yeah, I have Steam. Yeah, sure. I think if you just search Maelstrom, that's my Steam name. Maelstrom. Let's see, what games do I have? Awesome, I'm friends with Tony now. Hey, you're private. I can't stalk you. If anyone's joining the Twitch stream, let me know if this is your first time, please, on the chat. Today's stream, I'm just doing some CSS, hanging out. I'm not really doing anything difficult. If you have any questions about the previous streams or question about life in general, just talk. We're just hanging out today, guys. Famous. I'm not famous at all yet. Though today I did get a notification from Twitter saying that I have 100 followers. Apparently that's some sort of accomplishment. Oh, there it is. Is that my ID? Gotcha. I think I was the original Maelstrom, man. 7 years ago, no one else had that tag. And then, so when I play Dota, when I play Steam games, my in-game name is Maelstrom. So when I play Dota 2, a couple people are always surprised that I have that tag, because there's actually an item in the game that's called Maelstrom. The original gangster. So yeah. Alright, we're getting somewhere here. This is too big, so we're gonna shrink this eventually and just put more data. Maybe off to the side. There's gonna be a lot of CSS work to be done here, guys. Alright, so Little Smith, I kinda have it showing like that site you mentioned. Now I just need to show the trinket, which I'm debating how to do this, because if I put it here, So you guys can see what I'm doing here. Just editing the CSS on the browser, just so I can get an idea before I hard coded it in the values. It saves you time. So that's something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this 3 or 2 rather instead of 3. That just shrinks up the space this column is taking. Alright, so I have this as 2, and there's a lot of, I can tell by that green, the green border, that's margin, so I can just take away the margin on the right from this column. Let's see what I did. That was the wrong one. Actually, that might be padding. Yeah, that's padding. Alright, so that should kind of bring this trinket column over a bit, slightly closer. But yeah, there's still a lot of room. So what I'm gonna do actually, I'm not gonna use this column. I might just do something else. Alright, so that made it disappear. That's fine. That's because all the other ones have a column next to them. That's what happens when you use Bootstrap. Let's put that back. And let's do this. Let's pull this to the right. Why isn't this letting me? Huh. Wonder where's that? Doesn't let me pull it over. I'm gonna have to just hard code it in later. But the last thing I want to do here, this has some margin. Instead, I'm going to give it margin on the top just to make it look like it's center. It might be a better strategy to doing this. What happens if I change the width of this? So right now this is 156. Alright, so that brings it closer. That's not a bad idea. Alright, so that's somewhat better. Why can't I hear you? I don't know. And welcome to the stream, by the way. I haven't seen you before. Or maybe I have. It's good to see that you joined us. Today's stream is laid back, by the way. We haven't really done anything too difficult. I'm just messing around with the CSS. Alright, so now I'm gonna code in my changes. Alright. The last thing I forgot was to add the width. I think we decided to go with 110. It's not too bad. I think this is padding right. Oh, that should have been padding left. And the last thing I was gonna do, what did I forget to do? Oh, the width. If you're just joining, let me know if you have any questions, please. Don't be shy. If there's something specific to a video you saw, maybe it was the first introductory video or the videos after that, let me know if you have a question regarding those. Today's stream, we're just hanging out really. I'm gonna commit this changes as soon as I'm done. Alright, so this is looking good except for a couple cases. We're getting some strange CSS. Alright, so the difference between padding and margin. I'll explain that right now. So here, let's inspect an element. Alright, so watch this. That's a good question, by the way. So alright, so I'm gonna inspect the row, each match row. That's probably the best way to learn this. Alright, so take a look here. What is this, match row? I'm going to take off this padding. So you have this div here, you see how it's highlighted? Right now, everything inside this div, you can see how close to the border it is, right? So padding, what padding does is that whatever is inside of this div, it kind of gets padded inwards into the element itself. So anything inside this div, like the H4 class, the row here, that gets padded inwards. So it just moves away from the border. And margin, you can think of margin as the opposite. Maybe I'm not explaining this too well. Where's this row? Margin is the opposite. So say this is what margin does. It's the opposite. So whatever is around the row, so this next div here, which is going to be the container holding all these rows, when you put margin, it puts the div away from its surrounding. And in the Chrome development, it's a good way to visualize this. If you scroll down when you have a div selected, down here it shows the padding. You can kind of see how padding, it just gives it room inside of the div. and then you have the border, and then your margin is everything around the div. Does that make sense? I'm no longer gonna center this panel here because I want to eventually start putting more things in this page. I want to put more details in this, so I don't want to just have this panel in the center. So this is gonna look humongous right now, watch. Alright, that's fine for now. The next thing I want to do is shrink this up a little bit. So let's see, let's think about the layout for our website. I do like Spancia's layout. He has like details right here to the left of this, and then he has the matches on the right. That's pretty cool. We can do something similar to that. I'm trying to think if I can think of something slightly different though. Alright, that's slightly better. Alright, so let's get creative here. Add a new case in our global function here for giving this a better label. I'll be right back, guys.
Yes, you've had it quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on.
Alright, let's keep going here, guys. We're just playing around with CSS, trying things out. So I noticed my ranked team 5v5 that's not getting filtered. You guys remember when we wrote this function? That's gonna fix this label right here. One last thing I want to do here. The mode. I don't want to send this back like that. I'm just gonna send an object back, and you guys are gonna see what I'm gonna do here. Q. Then if I go to summoner.js, right here, this clean label is now going to be an object. So now if I go to summoner HTML, where I'm calling clean label,
Yes, you've had it quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. 'Cause you are a strong man. Yes, you are a strong man. Because you are a strong man.
Alright, the chat's pretty dead now. Unless my chat froze. What happened? Alright, so that doesn't look too bad. I could have added that on Chrome. And now I'm over here wasting API tokens. And I broke the balance of life here. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It is. Alright. So that's kind of a little neater, I guess. All right. I need to start linking more data in here from the Ajax API call response. Let's see. I gotta set the minimum width for my page overall, because the bootstrap wants to make it look fluid. That's why it gets reformatted whenever the screen width changes. So let's see here, where's the rows where they match? This is it right here. This is the icons.
Search for the reason why the days just pass me by. We travel through the light to a city shining white. search for the reason why the days just pass me by. We travel through the light to a city shining white.
Hey Little Smith, what's happening now? Nothing really, just wrapping up the items. I got them showing up how you requested it.
To a city shining white.
We're gonna end the stream when I'm done with CSS here. Maybe in 10-15 minutes. And then I'll commit this, of course. Yep, no problem. Alright, so let's see here, that was what we do. Anyone else watching right now? If you have any questions, let me know. It's been pretty quiet today.
The days just pass me by. We travel through the light to a city shining white.
I like how that breaks when that happens. Something's not right here, guys. We'll figure that out. Let's see.
If time is all we have, I want to spend it right. No fear of what's to come. Just hold me
Let's see what's happening here. Why? Because we're gonna put more information in here. So I made this a lot wider than all the other ones. And CSS, I mean, Bootstrap's getting a little annoying right now. Not annoying, just we need to make sure that the classes I'm using are consistent, especially on different sizes. So I might have to set minimum width soon. But let's see. Bootstrap's awesome, but sometimes you're a pretty basic CSS guy like myself. You can't get it to look the way you want it. I'm gonna put that hack in there for now. Eventually I want to figure out how to get this looking good on all screen sizes. Just, I haven't done too much reading on the Bootstrap. It's not too much to read, I just gotta look at all the CSS documentation. But yeah, let's see. What else can I do before I head out? Um,
As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, I saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold their breath and watch me drown, but all they did is push me higher. We don't care what they say, we will be here all day, we'll stay until it's over, till the world's out of sight.
this could be better. We can do, let me take that out for now. Not liking the circle. I thought I'd give it a try. And it'll look Let's see, what's the key to calling? Oh, okay, do you can start SQL or that's too much? Yeah, it'd be too much time. Next stream, I will. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up soon anyways. So yeah, next stream I'll start talking about SQL. But let me see if there's any more information I can get to show. Let's see here. Match games. Champion object. I think I can show the name of the champion underneath of the icon. So if I go to games, right here, what's this I'm putting to the right? Oh, that's this. Alright.
Stop the time, hold your breath, you're the only one I see.
Our Ajax times are taking a while. We need to optimize the backend. Not surprised too, because a lot of sites, when you do the renew data on somebody's profile, it usually takes a little bit. So that's probably where they chain up all the API references to Riot. Alright, I'm just gonna calculate KDA. Little Smith, I went into our Twitter message, and I just copied the algorithm I sent you. So now we just need to pull from the. We need to pull the right keys though. Alright, here we go.
Sometimes when nothing's going right, I wish that I could go back in time. Tonight I feel the tides moving, and this is bigger than me. Now I need to breathe.
Hey Mike, good to see you. You did not miss anything important, man. I've been just playing around with CSS today, changing out the layout for the profile. It's good to see you though. Glad you joined. Although I am gonna end the stream in a couple minutes. I'll just commit my changes. So if you want to look at what I did, again, all I've done is just CSS. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet today, man. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't missed much at all, man. I think yesterday I gave the impression I wasn't gonna be on. So a lot of people didn't expect to see me stream. Murkot, it seems like everyone's joining now. Or the regulars. You haven't missed anything. Just CSS, I'll commit. I'm debating whether I should even upload this video to YouTube to the playlist, but obviously it'll always be on Twitch and my past streams. Like I want the. Sorry guys, there's some background noise going on. I want this whole project to be more educational as far as the backend and JavaScript part of the project. CSS, I'm not good at CSS myself, so I'm not gonna sit here and explain all the bits and parts to CSS. I only know the basics, and with the basics I get by.
Came
Oh, I like that idea. I should do that. See, yeah, I'll do that. So actually right now I'm calculating the KDA for every game. So I just came up with that. I'm verifying that it's working. So I work right there, KDA is showing up. So the KDA function, and I gotta give credit to Little Smith, he kind of came up with the math. It's just, what is it, kills plus assists divided by deaths. And I'm thinking, isn't this gonna throw a flag if deaths? Okay, yeah. So this is what happens here. We make sure that we don't divide by 0 when we use this here. Yeah. Yep. So now that I got this KDA key in each match, I can show that in the HTML here. So what I'll do is this didn't really work. Yep. Did I not save it in time? Or this might be spelled out incorrectly. I'm surprised I don't see this. Match games. Oh, it's not under stats. It's just KDA, match KDA. Oh yeah. It's been pretty chill. So yeah, we gotta round that off. We also gotta center all these labels. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I don't do it. That doesn't really work, does it? Or did it? I know something that always works. This is actually looked down upon. Alright, so let's use Little Smith here. This is how he rounds up the floats. Before I do that though, I think there's an angular filter for that. Well, let's just use your formula. The center tag, I'm really not sure why. I read somewhere on Stack Overflow, somebody didn't recommend it. But I kind of use it at work a lot of times. A couple times, not a lot. I forget the exact reason why the center tag is not recommended. Maybe a stupid question, Sal, but why does KDA just determine it to be a float? Why not double, int, string, etc.? Just default using numbers. Alright, so yeah, when it's coming from PHP, it's not in string. It's definitely an integer. Like when we look at all the games and we look at stats, like you can see if this is highlighted in blue, it's because it's a number. Oh wait. Are you talking about types? Type specification? String. Have to define type. When you speak about types, that's one of the things about PHP. When you define a variable, you don't define a type. So it's kind of like in JavaScript. In JavaScript, you don't define types either, technically. If I just make a bar anything, it can be either a string, an integer. That's just a style for PHP where you don't define types. It's the same in JavaScript. Although after you define it, a benefit, in a way, does make things a little simpler to code. I don't know if it's optimal though. And that reminds me that the next PHP version, I think it's 7, or what is it? The next PHP release, which is going to happen later in December or November, is going to be the first version where you specify types, as in C++ and Java. But that's going to be optional. Again, it's identical to JavaScript, because JavaScript you don't define types either. In JavaScript I can do the same thing. Strange. Really?
It's too late.
No, that's interesting. So first I define name to be a string, which is my name. Then I redefine it to a number, but this didn't change. Interesting. Prodigy, good to see you. You're joining the end of the stream here, man. We're about to go away. But hey, our KDA is showing now. I think I can make it look a little more heavier. No, hold on, watch. Yeah, we didn't do much, just CSS. Thanks for joining anyways, man. It's always good to see you guys. It's like we're getting more viewers now that I'm about to call it a night. But yeah, hey, we're showing more information here, so that's cool. Let me see if there's a couple more things I can pull from each game that I can show in the row. Is there anything I'm missing, guys? I mean, I got KDA, I got kills, def assist, I got the items, I got the summoner spells. So I made a whole bunch of room here so I can start putting in more information. Sports plays. Oh, and the level. Yep. So for this game, what represents my level, and then how much spelling stats. Alright, so here it is, stats. It's just level. I can add that right now. And then word place is probably under the same object stats. This is slightly too big. Yeah, it's too big. I can fix that later. It even breaks when the name is too big. It's just column width should be slightly bigger. Well, actually, let me see here. I think I can fix this. Maybe not. Nope, that's not gonna work. Multi-kill, maybe it changed color depending on number. Penta and bold. Yeah, I like that idea. We can do that. We got room for that. Let's see. I'm debating showing the level, like all the way up to the right, top right. Alright, so let's see, you're saying here awards place. Let's find that under stats. Alright. So let's think about where we can put this. Definitely in the center here. So let's see, we got this, which I'm not gonna center this no more. Oh, I could center it. I'm just gonna separate these stats by a comma for now. Workplace. Anything else on here? The amount of time this game took is not in here, is it? And here you have whether there was a pentakill. I don't see a key for that. It's probably because there was none, so then it doesn't make it. Largest multi-kill. Oh, I see what this... It could be this, I guess. Oh, can you make a row stat? If jungler, then neutrals kill, support wards, etc. I agree what you're saying. That's an excellent idea. So yeah, we can do that. Time played. I'm gonna guess that this is in seconds. Or time played, could that be like something else? Let's see here, time played, and it doesn't even say what it is. But I'm gonna guess that that's just how long the game was. Okay. Oh, you know what? Someone tell me what time played. Is this in seconds or maybe it is seconds? Yeah, that would make sense. I think that was a 30-minute game. Yeah, hey Penetrator 1990. If you look at our PHP code, there's a file under the core folder. Well, this is if you're using if you clone your own copy of this application, which you can get from GitHub, you will see that we're using PHP for the backend. And then we have a PHP file called apikey.php. In this file, we define a variable that represents our API key. So let me show you how that looks. This is that file, and here we'll define our key. Just go log into your account, get your own key, paste it in here, save it, and now that global variable API key is defined, whenever you make an API call, for example, if you go to Riot API.php, you can find a bunch of API calls where I just use that variable, or I call it whenever I need to build a URL. So because it's PHP, it means that this is server code. Therefore, it's impossible for someone to load up your website and view swords and try to access that PHP file, because it's all just server code. So that's why they recommend to put your API key in server language. You might be using Java, Rails, Node, whatever your key is, you make sure it's in the server side. Hope that makes sense. So yes. Alright, so I just find out that time played is represented in seconds. So the next stat I want to show is my gold per minute. Gold earned. Gold earned. So it's going to be gold earned divided by time played. Time played divided by 60 because time played is in seconds. And then this is going to get rounded off. So I'm going to do a little angular trick here. So I thought whenever you add this pipe here, you can add a filter to whatever it is you're binding to the HTML. So in this case, I'm gonna bind an integer or a number, and this number, because I'm doing division here, this might come back in some weird float. So what I do here is I'm gonna add a filter, and I'm using the currency filter for Angular, where here you just say that it's gonna be a currency. Then this represents the currency symbol. So here I could have put dollars, and then this represents how many digits you want to round it off to. So although this is made for if you wanted to display currency on your page, I can use it just for displaying any type of number really. I just don't specify a symbol here. So I'll show you what I mean. So see how that rounded it off for us pretty nicely. I could have used this earlier too for the KDA as well. Just look up Angular.js currency if you want to read up that filter. But either way, I need to do some more formatting here, because if the page is not that wide, the GPN gets thrown to the next line because it runs out of space. So actually, let me see here. I could give this more room. This column is kind of small, and it's all because of this thing. That looks great there, but what happens when I shrink it? See, that starts happening, so I need to update my min, or I need to figure out so yeah, let me change that column. And guys, this is actually the end of the stream right here. I'm gonna commit where I'm at. Any questions before I go? Thank you all for joining. This will get uploaded to YouTube under the title CSS Quiet Stream. We made some room to add more information in the future. Before I kind of just had one panel. So again, I just did some CSS and laying down the foundation for some future data that I'm going to implement here. CSS best stream. If you think so. I like the other stuff better. I like when I explain Angular and PHP more. We should get some Sal emotes. You guys are funny. I don't even know how emotes work, man. I'll let you guys come up with that on your own, dude. Seriously, man. What would this even mean? How will you use this? Tell me an example. Is that for O? I can't believe this. Man, that's funny. Yeah. That's not bad for just laugh out loud. I'll let you guys figure that out on your own, man. I will not take part in making emotes of myself. You guys are awesome, though. Thank you so much, man. You guys make this fun. Let me commit. Alright, if you come up with emotes, I'm not gonna push back against any effort. But yeah, everything's pushed. I'm gonna sync. This video will be up on YouTube as well. And we'll see you guys next time. One more stream this week. Again, next week I won't be here. I'm going to be doing some traveling. So the entire week of August 22nd to the 30th, I won't be here. So the next time you guys will see me will be in September, maybe September 1st or 2nd. You'll see me again this week for sure, either Thursday or Friday. I'll let you know. Just follow me on Twitter, and I'll post the next time I stream. Alright, so I'll see you guys. You have a good night. Until next time.